I fucking hate the extended editions of The Lord of the Rings. Why is that, you ask? Well, it's kind of sad when you think about the fact that each one of the films, the extended editions of the 3 films that is, have a complete total of 30 minutes of extended scenes. And, of course, you have to pay extra for the extended versions of the films rather than just getting the normal standard theatrical versions of the 3 films. But what's sad about the extended editions is the fact that Peter Jackson, that stupid, motherfucking, worthless, fat ass pig, just took an absolute shit, giant, massive shit on the awesome, amazing, wonderful, and incredible legacy of J.R.R. Tolkien. Or the legacy, in other words, that J.R.R. Tolkien left behind in his books of the Lord of the Rings that were just absolutely spectacular. And I didn't read them. I have read parts of them here and there, but someday I would definitely love to sit down in peace and quiet and read each one of the 3. But so the extended editions of the 3 films absolutely suck. Just garbage. And why is that? Why do they suck balls? Well, Peter Jackson, knowing the pretty much homeless, hobo-looking, fat fuck, lazy piece of trash he is, added the most ridiculous and just unnecessary extended scenes in the films. Like, for example, in the theatrical version of The Lord of the Rings, the first one, The Fellowship of the Ring, when the hobbits go to the place where they're planning on meeting Gandalf, the town or village or whatever that has the prancing pony, you can see Peter Jackson just as a cameo, and I don't know, I think he's eating a carrot or something, and he just looks at them and fucking burps. Like, what the actual fuck? What the actual fuck? And that's even just in the regular theatrical version. But by the extended edition of The Fellowship of the Ring, and you get even more just pure sewage when they're leaving Lothlorien. Legolas, in the extended scene, says to the hobbits, lemless bread, or whatever he says, whatever it's called, one small bite is enough to feed the stomach of a grown man. And Merry asks Pippin, how many did you eat? And Pippin replies, 4. And then he fucking does a massive ass belch. And I'm like, is Peter Jackson a fucking fag? Honestly, like, I'm really starting to lean towards that fact that he actually might be a fag. Because why else would he put that in those movies? And those movies aren't even children's movies. I mean, for God's sakes, they're fucking PG-13 rated movies. That's not necessarily a kid's movie. That's a movie for 13-year-olds and up. And, like, you know, here's the thing. J.R.R. Tolkien never even put any of that just dumbed down bullshit in any of his books at all. And he would never do something like that because he was an elegant man. Not to mention, he made those books when he was actually an old man. And each one of those books took him years to write. Years. Decades even. And the fact that Peter Jackson would dumb it down with his just utter stupidity and just absolutely shit all over the legacy that J.R.R. Tolkien left behind, that is just absolutely sickening. It's disgusting. If J.R.R. Tolkien would have lived to see his versions of the movies, but even more so, see the extended editions, he would have been absolutely fucking disgusted in Peter Jackson's work. He would have just been absolutely hurt. And it's like, why in the hell would Peter Jackson, for the most part, make a damn good movie and film it in such a great place like New Zealand, and then absolutely fucking ruin it by adding burps or farts to his movies, like, or in other words, like, yeah, you have to pay extra to see extended scenes, like, and you think to yourself, oh, that's fucking awesome. There's extended scenes or extended versions of these movies, all three of them. That's badass. Of course I'm gonna pay more for that. And then you find out what you really paid more for was just absolutely ridiculousness of extra burps and farts that were just added with his stupid fat ass. Like, honestly, Peter Jackson looks like the kind of guy who lays on the couch all day, or, well, no, he looks like the kind of guy who probably lived with his parents until he was like 30 fucking years old, and then saving up for years, and then came up with the awesome idea of, I'm gonna make J.R.R. Tolkien's books, The Lord of the Rings, into movies. And it was a great idea, but not on his part, because he just shitted all over those movies, but even more so, the legacy of J.R.R. Tolkien. And it sickens me to know that most people are just absolutely okay with the fact that Peter Jackson's stupid fat bitch ass added scenes that, like I said before, were just absolutely positively unnecessary, and that just were absolutely not needed. Burps and farts. Like, wow, dude. Wow, are you a fucking child? Like, honestly, Peter Jackson, are you either a fucking child or are you a fucking faggot? Because I'm honestly starting to think that you're a fucking faggot. And guess what? I do, and I have thought that for a while now. Now again, for the most part, the movies, the theatrical versions, and the extended editions are pretty good. I didn't say great because he ruins it quite a bit by adding just, oh my god, just gay ass shit with guys burping and farting. And like, anyway, let's move on to the Two Towers. So in the Two Towers, and this is not even in the extended edition, this is just in the normal standard theatrical version of the Two Towers. There's a scene where Aragorn and Legolas and Gimli and Gandalf are at Rohan, and Gandalf is trying to he's trying to what is it? What is the word that I'm looking for? He's trying to like talk King Theoden into fighting a war or whatever. And Gimli's over there like a stupid fat bitch that he is, and drinking too fast, and he fucking belches, and it was probably a real burp. It seemed pretty real to me too. And I'm just like, really, Peter Jackson? Really? Really? Are you fucking for real? Like, honestly, I bet in the books, and I don't just bet, I know this for a fact because my mother has read the books, and my 2 older sisters have read the books as well. So I know for a fact, from what they've told me, that there is no burping or farting in the books at all, whatsoever. And, like, even Gimli's character, he is more just badass. He's more respectable in the books. He's more just, not necessarily elegant, but he's more like, he doesn't do anything revolting, to put it simple. But in the movies, he's just like, and it's weird because in the first movie, and even in the extended edition of the first movie, The Fellowship of the Ring, he didn't burp or fart at all. Like, Gimli in the first movie is pretty damn enjoyable as a character. And a likable character. But then the second movie, you see his gross side. And then you just want his character to be offed. At least that's how I feel personally and wanted to happen. But did not. And then comes Return of the King. And this is by far the worst movie, extended edition wise. Where there's an extended scene where Gimli and Legolas are having a drinking contest. And of course, Legolas is there being perfect as he always is and elegant. Because he's an elf. He's supposed to be like that. And Gimli's over there chugging down whatever he's chugging down. And he lifts up off the chair and farts and then starts laughing like a complete and total maniac. Like, for real. He's laughing like just someone who's fucking insane and crazy. And just unhinged. Really unhinged. And just off the rails. And then he also burps. And, you know, when I think of the extended editions of The Lord of the Rings, I just think, I feel like Peter Jackson, in a way, was like trolling people. Like, yeah. And even if you watch the trailers, here's the other kind of funny thing and odd. If you watch the trailers for each of the extended films, Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, Return of the King, you see a lot of the extended scenes and they're just badass, and it totally like makes you want to buy the extended versions even more when you watch the trailers for the extended versions, because of course it just shows the extended scenes. But then you actually watch it and you realize that you paid extra for this shit. Like, wow, Peter Jackson. It's almost like he was like playing with people who decided to purchase the extended editions, including myself. And I just am like I really hate Peter Jackson. I really do. Like, the fact that he would make, those are definitely his best movies, and that he would spend so much time, effort, dedication, devotion, and whatnot on each one of them, and thinking of how long each one of them probably took, only to, even in a way, shit all over your work, shit all over your hard work by adding stupid fucking useless, unnecessary burps and farts. Both in the theatrical versions, but even more so in the extended editions. Like, Peter Jackson, you need someone to put you in your place. I don't know. I just can't believe we have movie directors, producers, and whatnot in Hollywood that are just such a bunch of morons. Just such a bunch of idiots and stupid ass pricks and gay ass faggots. Like, I'm sick of it. And that's why there are so many movies that are ruined for me. Even though I still enjoy them for the most part, there's things about it that just ruin kind of like the whole thing for me. At least in a way.